Okay, when looking at a water heater, there's a couple of things that you need to know. Number one, most of the plumbers, when they install water heaters, they tape this package to the side of your water heater. It will tell you about the maintenance on your water heater. Number one, it should be drained or it should be flushed at least once a year. Okay, I'll show you how to flush it here in a minute. So this was laying up on top. Number two, I would like to look at the temperature and pressure valve. This is the temperature and pressure valve right here, and as you can tell, it's not hooked up. The drain's not hooked up to anything right now. There's a couple of different ways that it should be hooked up. It could go down and it could go to the pan, and the pan could go from there to outside. It could go through the wall into a drain, or it could go down through the wall and outside and turn down. That way, if it did pop off, it wouldn't blow hot water all over you or your house and tear up something on your house. The other thing I'd like to look at is this right here. They have flex lines to a galvanized piece of pipe to another flex line to the water heater. If it was me, I wouldn't hook up a water heater that way. They did both sides this way, and the reason why they did this is because the plumber probably got a little lazy. Number one, the other water heater that was in here was probably taller, and these flex lines hooked right to the top of the tank. You can tell that this is an electric water heater. It's plugged into the wall up above, which is good, and it has a leg running down for electricity. Now, when you're flushing the water heater, or when you're changing an element or a thermostat in this water heater, you would absolutely need to pull that out so it wouldn't have any electricity going to it. Okay, now when I'm looking at this water heater, number one, I would like to look at this temperature and pressure valve. And this temperature and pressure valve, it really should have a yellow tag on it, and it states it should be operated at least once a year. Checked by a professional plumber at least every 3 years. And failure to do so could cause catastrophic damage and or death. That's what the yellow tag says. But to operate it, you should just pop this up and water should flow out of this temperature and pressure valve. If you wanted to do something extra to this, it has a great pan down here. It's a little dirty, but it has a great pan. I would put something like a water alarm in your pan. Now this water alarm would just stick down into the pan just like this, or stick onto the water heater and be about pan level. Now if it gets wet, it will sound something like this. So therefore, it would notify you if you had a water leak. Second thing about this, you have two elements and two thermostats in this water heater, an upper one and a lower one. If those are out, you would have to undo the electricity. You would have to take this off. There's two screws in each one of them. Once you get the screws out, you're going to see some insulation. This insulation needs to be pulled out. This is your thermostat and this is your element. The element is a rod that runs into your water and it heats up that water. The thermostat could go up or down or throw a breaker on this thermostat. You have an upper and a lower thermostat to heat up the water more quickly. So in other words, if this is a 40-gallon water heater and it has a recovery rate much quicker than just having one thermostat at the bottom.